So hi my YouTubers, I am making this video mainly because I've gotten a lot of people that have watched my videos asking me about my my TTC vlog. They've asked me like what's going on because my last update I wasn't too sure what was going on, and so I actually had some people leave me comments and message me just asking me pretty much what's going on. I guess they've been keeping up my videos, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make this video or if I was just going to take the videos down, but I kind of felt like, I don't know, I kind of felt like me taking those videos down or not making this video, the people that actually subscribed and that cared enough to see what was going on with me and everything, I kind of felt that would be a letdown to them. And then I was also kind of embarrassed about the situation, and then I don't know, I don't know, to me it's not really anything to be embarrassed about. I really can't help what happened, but anyways, so that's the point of this video, is to kind of give you guys an update on what happened. So yeah, if I'm kind of quiet, it's because I'm trying to do this before everybody wakes up. Also, if you're like looking at my bed and stuff like that, it's because I'm washing my sheets and my comforter and all of that. Yeah, and anyways, so in my last video I was saying that I hadn't had my period and that I was feeling sick and that I just wasn't feeling good, and then all my tests kept coming up negative, but I knew that something was off because the way my body was and so forth. Well, one night I didn't feel so good, so I decided to go into the ER, and my side was hurting, my back was hurting a little bit, and I didn't feel good. So I went in and I was there for 5 hours, maybe more, getting all these tests ran and all of that. The nurse came in, and after, like, I was there and everything, and they took all my information and checked me out and all that stuff. She came in and she poked around my stomach, my back inside and all that. And then she drew my blood, and they had to draw my blood a lot. Like, I had like bruises and stuff all over my arm for where they had to draw them and stuff. She did that, and then a while later she came back and asked her what the results were for the pregnancy test, and she told me that they were positive and everything was looking good. So I was relieved to hear that. And then a little while later the doctor came in, talked to me a little bit, got a little bit of information. They sent off for, I don't remember what it was called, but it was to see how far along I was. And so they came back and they did a few more tests and everything, and then they did an ultrasound, and he was in there and he was looking, and the nurse was in there, and I don't know, this is like really hard. This is why I wasn't even sure if I was going to do a video on this, because even though this happened weeks ago, I'm still not really, I mean, I've accepted what's happened, but I'm still not quite, I don't know, I can't really like talk about it that easy. So, but anyways, he was looking at it and everything, and they were listening, and they didn't hear the baby's heartbeat. And they didn't tell me that right away. Like, him and the nurse left the room, and it was just kind of like, okay, what the hell? And so, anyways, they came back in, and he told me that, well, she came back in first, but I asked her, I said, what's wrong? And she pretty much said, I'm not able to tell you, I'm not, you know, like, she couldn't tell me anything. And then the doctor came back in and asked him, I was like, well, what's wrong? And he said that they didn't hear the baby's heartbeat, and that my levels were dropping, and pretty much that I needed to go home and pass it, and if I didn't pass it in a week or two at the most, I needed to come back in and have it removed. So, one moment I was told good news, and then literally like a few minutes later it was just ripped out from underneath me. When I asked him why, which I mean, I knew why. I mean, I knew what he was gonna tell me anyways. I mean, I'm not gonna say I know why, but I mean, I know that it happens, and there's no real reason to explain why it happens. But that's kind of just, I don't know, part of the process when you ask, why. And then he told me that sometimes, that they're not healthy. There's no real reason why. Sometimes they're just not healthy, and that's just your body's way of dealing with it. I'm not going to say getting rid of it, because that's just not the way that they don't want it to come out or anything like that. But yeah, I guess that. And I mean, there's no real reason of why it would be unhealthy. I mean, I did everything right. I took prenatals, I'm not a drinker, I'm not a smoker, stuff like that. So there's no real reason, but yeah, my sister, bless her heart, she was really great through it. She told me, she said, well, sometimes it's hard to hear the baby's heartbeat, it's okay, just have faith. And I knew that I knew that things were not gonna come out good. I was in just real bad pain, and then I think it was like 3 days. I have it wrote down somewhere. 3 days, like after 2 or 3 days after the emergency room, I passed it. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm upset. I was upset when, of course, I got the hospital bill, and the reason for me being upset about that is just because, I mean, this has really nothing to do with anything, but I was just upset because I'm gonna have to pay all this money just for a doctor to tell me pretty much just go home and pass it. Like it was nothing. And I mean, I guess it was nothing to him, and I guess he can't really put himself into every patient that he sees. But that nurse, she knew that when she came back in there and started me on an IV and gave me pain medication, she knew I was heartbroken. Because when she came in there and told me everything was fine, it was like a sign of relief. I was like, oh, everything's gonna be fine, It's just me worrying myself and all of that. And then to have them just rip that away from you in just a moment. I mean, it was just that quick. I mean, it's wrong. There's no way for me, there's no other way for me to say it and for me not to be upset, because I'm upset about it. But I mean, I know that being upset can't change what happened or anything like that. But she knew that when she was hooking me out to the IV and all that, she knew I was heartbroken. I mean, you could see it all over my face. I mean, and at that point you automatically point the finger at yourself. It's like, okay, well, what did I do? Well, maybe I didn't eat enough of the right foods, or maybe I didn't get enough rest, or maybe me running around after kids, just so many what ifs, and then there came the time where I went through the stage where I was really upset and I was, angry, and then I went through the stage where I had accepted. It was like, okay, well, this is what's gonna happen. I can't do anything about it. I have to accept it. So I did. I can't say that I fully have accepted it now, because I mean, I still think about it. I still think about it, I mean, it's the pain is still there. And I don't think anybody will really honestly know how it feels until you're in that position. I mean, my kids, I don't think they quite understand. I mean, which they would, honestly, they shouldn't have to understand something like that. But you know, at this point right now, honestly, I don't know if I want to continue or not. I mean, everything happens for a reason. So I don't know at this point if I want to continue or not, to be honest with you. So my TTC vlogs, I probably won't be making them for a while. Or I will probably post a video saying that I've decided not to continue or what. At this rate, I don't know. Everything looks okay. I'm still taking my prenatals. Still trying to exercise what little bit I can. My body's slowly going back to normal. When I was at the hospital, they had guesstimated me at being 5.3 weeks. So, yeah. I had another opinion given to me by a specialist, and it was kind of too late after the fact. But you know, I was told the normal things to wait, you know, until I've had a couple of good cycles to try again, if I wanted to try again. But I don't know. I mean, it's a little much, and my hormones were just everywhere, and they're still kind of everywhere. But the, you know, first week or two, they were everywhere. I mean, I was really upset, and I've had them before. You know, I've mentioned in my other videos I've had them before, but for some reason, well, I mean, all of them are hurt, and I probably felt this way or said this at the time, but each of them hurt so much. And I think what hurt this one the most was probably the way that the doctor acted towards me. Just go home and pass it, like it was nothing to him. And I guess it was nothing to him. You know, to me, that was my child. But, you know, I have to look on the bright side, which is really hard to do, and which was hard to do then. But I have to look on the bright side that, you know, thank the Lord that I didn't, you know, carry this baby full term and find out that, you know, that something was wrong, or that this didn't happen, you know, later on, and I still had to give birth to it. I couldn't handle that. So God probably knew that, and that was his way of helping me deal with it, because he knew that I've dealt with that before, that I could deal with that way again. So, I mean, I have faith that if I do decide to do it again, that things will work out. I had one before I got pregnant with the twins, and then I had twins, and then I had one after the twins, and when I had Brody, my third son. So it's almost kind of like you have to have one of those to have them. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my body's way of cleaning itself out. I don't know. But anyways, I figured that the people that had subscribed and were so nice and kind to you know, to talk to me, and to take time out of their life to ask me how things were going, that I owed them a video. And I've kind of reached the spot now where I can talk about it a little bit more. I mean, I don't go up to everybody and say, hey, look what happened to me. But I'm sure some of you have been through this, so I know a lot of people have. I'm not the only one. So yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue trying or not. I'm just kind of sort of out of fear, to be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I really would like that fourth child. You know, and even if it's not a girl, I mean, I can't help that, but at this rate, I mean, a healthy baby would be great. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. Like I said, my body's getting back to normal. I'm trying to stay healthy and still take my vitamins and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for all of your support, and like I said, taking time out of your life to see what's going on with me. Sorry that I had to report that. I was hoping that my next video was going to be a video of me telling you guys that I was having a healthy baby, and yeah, but some things just work like that. So anyways, hopefully if I decide to make more videos, I will let you guys know. But as of right now, I don't see any more right now. So if if I decide to try again and actually like plan it out and everything, I'll try to do like, you know, ovulation videos and stuff like that, like maybe some OPKs or I don't know, stuff like that. Or, you know, if I decide to do it again, I might just say, you know, to hell with everything else and just go for it and see what happens, you know. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing, and thank you for all your comments and stuff like that. So yeah, so I will talk to you guys soon.